Hey, what's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? This is Jeff from BKJ Mag TV, and this is the BKJ Mag Live podcast experience. And this is episode 37. First of all, I want to keep thanking my subscribers for listening. I appreciate you guys so much. Please, as we continue to build this forward, bigger and better, please continue to listen. Thank you. Episode 37. This is about Kathy Hochul, the current governor of New York State. So right now, there's been this crazy thing about crime in New York City. And right now, there have been vicious attacks on private citizens. Items are being locked up in pharmacies, big box outlet stores. Because of shoplifters. Let me tell you, the crime rate in New York City is just not good. And right now, the people of New York are asking for a change. And right now, Lee Zeldin, the Republican nominee for governor, is capitalizing on this new wave of demanding action against crime in New York City. Right now, the Republicans are creating a strategy, and they're focusing on it, and they're zeroing in on it. Lee Zeldin literally has put out commercials after commercials after commercials promoting the epidemic of crime in New York City. Alvin Braggs, he talks about feverishly that on his first day of office, he is going to fire him. The governor has the authority under the state constitution to fire district attorneys, even elected district attorneys. He has the authority to do so. And yes, Alvin Braggs, he was duly elected by the people, has been horrible when it has come to crime in New York City, particularly Manhattan, which he's the district attorney for. He is not prosecuted simple crimes, and because he hasn't prosecuted the simple crimes, it's led to people creating bigger crimes all over the city of Manhattan. People who have been arrested has been released. They don't have to post bail. They're just being released, and crime is just everywhere. Now, ask me this, they're like, do you support Lee Zeldin? I don't support Lee Zeldin. I am a Democrat. I'm actually an independent Democrat. I could go either way. But do I like the fact that he's pushing the message of crime and that it's becoming an issue in New York City? I do appreciate it, because honestly, it needs to be addressed. Crime rate in New York City is really bad. There are people that I know personally that are afraid to take the subway because they don't want to be a victim to these weirdos, these deranged people under the ground that's causing harm to other people that just wants to get from location A to B. So the fact that Lee Zeldin is putting it on the spotlight, he's spending $8.5 million to get it out there, forces the Democrats to actually go do something about this issue. Yes, homicide is low. Yes, murder is low in the city of New York, but there are other things that are incredibly high, especially crime in the subways. It's really bad. And I hope Kathy Hochul does something about it. I'm going to vote for her tomorrow as governor of New York. So I hope all the Democrats out there are listening, because Kathy Hochul needs your help, and she needs your support. I know there are some people out there that don't feel confident in her ability to fight crime in New York City, but I believe if given the right opportunity and the right tools, she will be able to fight off the high wave of crime in New York City, especially the subway system that has been plagued with a lot of crimes as of recent, over the last year and change. Things need to be done, and I think Kathy Hochul is the best person for the job. Lee Zeldin is definitely using this as an opportunity to boost his profile up for governor of New York State under the Republican banner. Kathy Hochul, as much as she thought this was going to be easy, she was up by 11 points entering October. Now she's just only up by 4 points. Some people are projecting 2 points. There's definitely a big wave, and Democrats are thinking they're nervous, they're scared, and safety is number one to them. And I think she should address that. But I also think she should address wage inequality in New York State. Right now, inflation is very high in New York State. In fact, inflation has gone up by 0.4% in New York State in September of 2022. Right now, the paycheck is not lasting. It's not strong enough to deal with this high level of inflation that we're in right now. $15 minimum wage is not enough. It's not going to cut it. I mean, right now, Kathy Hochul needs to sign the bill that was nominated in the state assembly and the state senate for an increase of the minimum wage and to tie it to the rate of inflation. People who are living in the inner city need an increase in their wages. There are too many retail giants out there who are taking advantage of their employees, and they're not paying their employees their just due when it comes to wages, or giving them opportunities at promotions for higher income. When we leave it to the private sector to make that decision, they have failed time and time again to deliver. It is time for the state legislator, led by New York Governor Hochul, to do something about it and to get this new minimum wage bill passed. Also, we need bereavement leave for people who lose family members. Right now, companies are giving employees 3 days to grieve if they lose a mother, a father, or daughter, or son, or a grandpa, or a nephew. It gets worse when it's a cousin. You only get 1 day to grieve, and you have to go back to work to earn money to make sure you're not evicted, and you're going through all of that emotion. Right now, we need bereavement leave. We need a higher minimum wage. We need a host of brand new benefits. And Governor Hochul is the one that can do so. Like I said, I plan to support her tomorrow, but I'm gonna make sure I hold her accountable for the resources that the working class needs in order to survive in this ever expensive thing called New York City. The working class, the lower middle class, and the middle class need the help of the governor to make sure these policies are enacted. And most importantly, I believe in the fact that if Lee Zeldin is elected, he is going to interfere with the right for a woman to have an abortion. There are times where the government should not interfere in that. It should be the woman's choice. It shouldn't be the government telling a woman that she's not allowed to do that, where a government does not have that authority to do so. A woman has to be able to make that responsibility and seek avenues to help her make that decision on her own terms. So there's a lot at stake tomorrow. These midterm elections that's happening tomorrow, is so much at stake. The Democratic agenda is at stake. We had a big time issue with Joe Manchin and Sinema from Arizona and West Virginia. They caused issues by not siding with the president, going in and getting their face all over the media, getting their 15 minutes of fame while obstructing President Biden's economic agenda for our country and social policies for our country. The Democrats out there, if you're listening to this podcast, please go out and vote. Go out and vote. In Pennsylvania, Democrat. Arizona, vote Democrat. Mississippi, go vote Democrat. I know that's a long shot I'm asking for, but please, we need Democrats. It needs to be a Democratic wave, and Donald Trump's agenda needs to be stopped. The MAGA agenda needs to be stopped. Overall, I'm asking everybody who is listening to this podcast, please go out and vote. It is your duty as a person of this country. It is your birthright to go out and vote and do the right thing. Thank you for listening to this episode 37 of this podcast. Peace, love, always, and I hope you go vote tomorrow, because America, New York, and the rest of the country needs you and your vote. Thank you for listening. Peace, love. One.